Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Faye Vailoces-No.
You're watching
Hashtag
Silliman.
Silliman.
Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine show that talks about different aspects of Silliman University, a program initiated to discuss different matters concerning the campus by the sea. You are watching Hashtag Silliman. Hello, Sillimanians and friends of Sillimanians around the world. Dagang salamat for joining us tonight. We bid you an excellent state of health as you join us via Facebook Live, Channel 6 Field Products, and of course our growing community on YouTube. Keep the tribe increasing. And of course, friends, as you know, in Silliman University, we are a university that envisions to develop the human person for the well-being of both society and the environment. And central to our commitment to this is actually law and order. And friends, we are so blessed, we are delighted that they are with us tonight, no? The members of the Dr. Jovito R. Salonga Center for Law and Development. So order in the court, order in the court. So allow me to introduce first the president of the pool of volunteers for students level of the Dr. Jovito R. Salonga Center for Law and Development. We have a second-year law student, Miss Albertha Lachmi Aphrodite Obut. Good evening, Alberta. How should I call you? Albertha na lang or Lachmi?
You can call me Lachmi.
Lachmi. Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And of course, we have here a former student, an alumnus of the College of Law, and now a lawyer himself. We have attorney Edcarl Realiza Cagandahan. Magandang gabi, Edcarl.
Magandang
Attorney
gabi.
Edcarl. All right. Welcome to Hashtag Silliman.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. And of course, we have the former Vice Mayor of the City of Dumaguete, faculty of the College of Law, the Deputy Director also of the Salonga Center. We have Attorney Karissa, Faye, Tolentino-Maxino. Attorney, welcome to Hashtag Silliman.
Thank you, Josh.
All right. And of course, this is, I would say, one of the pillars of the Salonga Center. I will not reveal since what year. We will unpack that in a little while. We have Attorney Marcelino Mikhail, Maxino. Attorney Mike, welcome to Hashtag Silliman.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you.
All right. Sige. So, good evening and daghan kayong salamat. I'm sure there are a lot of things in your schedule and salamat for squeezing in Hashtag Silliman. So, let us begin our conversation because the Yuletide season is coming. And in the previous week, we have our guests. And the first question that I asked them is actually their Christmas wish. So I will begin our conversation in similar manner. So I'd like to ask Albertha here first. Albertha, what is your Christmas wish for this year?
If I'm honest, I just want to pass my finals.
Yes,
That's
very
my
wise.
number one Christmas wish.
Okay, how about you, Attorney Edgar? What is your Christmas wish for 2023?
For 2023, I guess I would pray. For peace because there's a
Yes.
lot of things going on right now, not just in the
Right.
Philippines, but
Right.
in other parts of the world, and I think that needs to be settled.
Indeed.
Hopefully during
You
the
really
Yuletide
embody
season.
your last name Cagandahan.
Thank
no?
you.
Inside and out, advocating for peace. Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. How about Attorney Carissa?
I just wish good health for
Yes,
everyone.
very important. Health is wealth, kumbaga.
Yeah.
Attorney Mike.
Both. Good
Both.
health for everyone, and you know what's going on in Ukraine and
Yes.
Israel. Peace.
Peace. All right. Peace be with you. Okay. And of course, they are from the Jovito R. Salonga Center. I think this begs the question to introduce the center. At the same time, introduce also who is Dr. Jovito R. Salonga. So perhaps Attorney Mike can shed light on this.
We have always called Dr. Jovito R. Salonga as the president we never had.
Okay.
Okay, I always see him that way. I always think of him that way. So we know that Dr. Jovito R. Salonga was a very decent man, and he was an expert in his field of law. He was an author, a revered professor of law. He was the Senate president, and he ran. If we remember, he ran for the presidency. I think once or twice. And as I said, I consider him the president that we never had.
Right.
And so he lent his name to this center. It was it was just a Silliman Law Center.
Yeah.
But when he lent his name, we named it after him. So now it's Dr. Jovito R. Salonga for Law Center and Development.
Yeah, because I think in the website of Silliman University, it was mentioned there that the Dr. Jovito R. Salonga Center for Law and Development was born in 2006.
Correct.
And then since that time, you have been the director, no? Since 2006.
That is correct. But we have to remember, Josh, that the Salonga Law Center had a precursor. It was the it was the LEAP, Legal Environmental Advocacy Program, in 1996.
Right.
And I started that. So it was just a program. Then it transformed into the Salonga Law Center.
Yeah, so it has been a journey, no? Transforming and evolving into much more structured.
Correct.
And I would say, in terms also perhaps of the funding, no? When it comes to the source, the university, external funding, and which we can talk about in a little bit. I'd like to go to Attorney Karissa about now the mandate of the center, as it is directly under the office of the president in the university. So, do you have like a committee or a division, or like how do you organize the Salonga Center?
Well, we have our director, Attorney Mikhail. We have assistant directors, yours truly, and Attorney Cagandahan. We have the president of the student volunteers, and we have a lot of law student volunteers. So basically, that's just the structure, and we organize them in based on three desks. Environmental, we have the human rights, and we have labor laws.
Labor law. All right.
And then what we do is we give legal trainings. We also have advocacy, and then we do court representations for those who cannot afford lawyers. And of course, we do trainings and seminars.
That's interesting, no? When you say that you have free legal consultation, hopefully we can speak more about that in a little bit. Attorney Edcarl, you know, when I was introducing you earlier, I mentioned that you were a volunteer, a student. Now you are also a volunteer lawyer.
Yes.
So I just want to know your story also. How does being a volunteer in the center has impacted you as law students, and right now as a full-fledged lawyer?
All right. Well, basically, when I entered, even when I applied in the Silliman University College of Law, one of the first professors that I met was Atty. Maxino, Atty. Maxino. He was the outgoing dean at that time, and I also got to meet the incoming dean, now Judge Sheila Pisario. And it was at that time that I learned about, you know, the theories of the law, but there's so much more to that.
Yes.
So, in the first few months in the law school, I attended the orientation led by the higher echelons at that time, the sophomores, the juniors, and the seniors, who were already active volunteers of the Salonga Law Center. And it was there during the orientation, I guess, that it really piqued my attention when they offered an opportunity to practice law even during law school.
Yes.
So the legal profession during law school, and it was such an incredible opportunity for me that ever since 2016, I started as a very active student volunteer. I worked hand in hand with the Salonga Law Center Secretary, Ms. April Gaudan, where we spearheaded, together with all the other volunteers, many activities. Eventually, I was elected as the very first the very first president of the student volunteers of the Salonga Law Center.
Wow.
After I graduated, I was also recognized as the president emeritus, and I swore to myself that when I pass the bar exams, given everything that I've learned, not just in law school, but also from my experiences with the Salonga Law Center, I would most definitely be an active volunteer lawyer. And here I am now.
Yeah, so I would describe it as a complete, no? Full circle.
I've gone
talaga.
full circle, yeah.
Right? That's. I think this is a testimony. This is a proof, no? That having such center is not only how would that be contributory to the legal education of the students, but to the person itself, no? Or
Yes.
himself. All right. So we have here Albertha or Lachmi, no? So right now, Lachmi, are you spearheading any activities, or is there any program that you are leading at the moment?
As of the moment, we have very big plans, but I don't want to jinx it by
Okay.
revealing it. But we are also creating conducting our Christmas outreach program, which will be conducted on December 3, if I'm not mistaken, with the kindergarten pupils of Babahuba Elementary School, as well as some other kids from Valencia. And this is something that has been a tradition in Salonga Center, where we give back to the community every Christmas. And this is the thing that we are focusing on as of the moment.
Right. We are just going to pause for a short break, but when we come back, let us talk about the challenges of doing this, because I'm sure while we have the heart and the spirit really, but when it comes to, I believe, these legal consultations, resources could be limited. For instance, manpower, budgetary constraints, but it seems that ang daming problema, no? So, how do you manage that? That's number one. And second, we would like to know your, I would say, projects that really had big impacts, no, to the lives of many, perhaps to the direct community or to the larger community. All of that more when #Silliman returns. Please stay with us.
Here are 5 reasons why I choose to study at Silliman University Elementary School. I choose SUES because of its quality education. If you're looking for a quality education, then you should choose a school that has weathered the test of time. SUES has been formally providing quality Christian education for 96 years now. It also has a Level 3 PAASCO accreditation status, the highest accreditation status that could be granted to an elementary school, which makes SUES among the best in the country. Now that's quality education.
We choose SUES because of its soul. You heard it right. SUES has got soul. Silliman Online University Learning Management System. This school year, classes will be held online to keep us all safe. Through Soul, we can still learn, have fun, meet our teachers and classmates, and do so much more. And because classes are online, you can study at SUES wherever you may be, in the country or in the world.
I choose SUES because of its balanced and holistic curriculum. At SUES, we have virtual clubs and organizations, health and wellness activities, as well as virtual library, guidance, and school health services, on top of excellent academic preparation.
I choose SUES because it's dedicated and trained teachers. SUES has quality and well-experienced teachers who constantly train to upskill and upgrade themselves.
I choose SUES because it's my home. At SUES, I don't just study to learn. I study to become.
I choose SUES.
I choose SUES.
I choose SUES.
SUES. My school,
My home.
My choice.
Come, be part of the SUES family.
Welcome back, and you're still watching #Silliman. We're still joined by our friends here from the Dr. Jovito R. Salonga Center for Law and Development. Before we pause for a short break, friends, we actually asked them about the challenges that they encounter in running and managing the center, and at the same times, the big projects, or if not the salient projects that they were able to spearhead, and perhaps they are still spearheading at the moment. So I'd like to go to Attorney Karissa here. Attorney, what do you think are the challenges, no, of the center? Because I think that's also a good point of perhaps lessons, no? Perhaps there are also other university that are running the same legal clinic, and perhaps they can get ideas from it.
As I've mentioned earlier, we do free legal counseling and legal representations. Now, we had encountered problems regarding filing fees for filing cases, and then also problems with lawyer volunteers in the past.
Okay.
But recently, we got a grant from the United Nations Office Project Services. It's a $2 million worth grant for this particular project that we have, the free legal services for those belonging to vulnerable groups, like women, children, those who are poor, and those who cannot, and for those who cannot afford lawyers. So now we can assist them, aside from giving lawyers for legal advice, court representation, drafting pleadings. We can now also pay for the filing fees. And then we also have the club students now under the Attorney Maxino.
Yes.
The club students are now certified, and they can now do legal counseling to those who go to Salonga Center. And then they can also make affidavits, draft pleadings for our clients.
So at the same time, being of service, this is a good training for our law students. No? I think this is also one of our, unique characteristics, no, as a provider of legal education. So there's really this hands-on, because these are authentic learning experiences. No?
Yes.
So for those who are interested also to avail the services of the center, Attorney Mike, how do they go with it? Like, for example, ako, no, ako'y ganahan i-consult, no? Kay, for example, akong silingan. Hello, neighbors. So, how would I go with it? Do I go to your center, or do I have to book for an appointment? What's the process?
We have several ways of contacting Salonga Law Center. You can make a personal visit. Miss April Gaudan is a very amiable, very pretty secretary at the Salonga Law Center. She's very accommodating. So, or you can text the Salonga Law Center, send an SMS, or you can even book via Messenger and Facebook. You know,
We also do online consultations.
we also do online consultations. There are many ways. So all they need to do is just type in Salonga Law Center on Facebook.
And
And we have a
lalabas na
Facebook
doon.
page, yes.
So, to be clear about it, the volunteer service that you offer is only up to legal consultations? Or do you still assist even if already proceeds to court hearings? So, where does your service begin, and where can it, reach?
Okay. For legal consultations, it's free. We offer free legal consultations regardless of whether you're poor or you're rich. But for legal representation, like going to court or filing cases in court, the client should present a certificate of indigency from DSWD or a certificate from the barangay. So, to answer your question, we do represent clients also in court during hearings.
For so
as long as the client is poor.
They are part of the check. They can qualify the checklist of requirements.
Yes.
No? So that's good, no? That it's not only up to the consultation, but even to representation.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, Attorney Edcarl, I'd like to ask now, what are your favorite projects? If you can name a few, I'm sure you have a lot of projects for the past years, but if you can name a few, what would be your favorite?
Well, yeah, I would agree with that. I certainly have a lot of favorite moments in the Salonga Law Center. But siguro to highlight would be the project that the center spearheaded during one of the highlights of my life, being the bar exams. It was during that time when
we hosted.
Yes,
we hosted.
it was the first time that Silliman University hosted the Philippine bar exams.
Wow.
And that happened because of the Dr. Jovito, our Salonga Center for Law and Development. We spearheaded, of course, with the guidance of our director, Atty. Maxino.
The College of Law, of course.
And of course, the College of Law of Silliman University. We applied, we petitioned to become a part of the long waiting list of universities to be accredited as a testing center. And of course, with God's grace, we were able to accomplish that.
Yeah, so, because of course, that's a big help, for those who are from Dumaguete. They
the
need
neighboring
not
islands.
to, travel and to experience the traffic, etc. So that's a big help.
Yes.
And congratulations for the team, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations for the center.
I'd like to emphasize, though, Josh, that the Salonga Law Center is an arm of the College of Law.
Yes.
Right? Would not have been able to exist without the College of Law. So we should also thank and congratulate the College of Law for supporting fully the Salonga Law Center.
Yes. No? So I think that's how you work and supplement each other.
Yes,
no?
yes.
So that's a good practice for the university. So how about for the students level? Ano naman yung mga projects na you find very great, Lachmi? Meron na ba kayong projects in the past?
Yes, if I were to choose a particular project that we have, it would be the legal missions that we conduct in different barangays. And even recently, we went to the municipality of Ayungon. We were invited there, and we conducted a legal mission. And these are my favorite types of things, projects that we do in Salonga Center, because we really get to connect with the community, and we really get to show or share legal education, as well as provide legal services, not just to people who come to us, but we bring the Salonga Center to them because if they need it. So also, when we have legal missions, it's always a good time to spend with our fellow volunteers, and it's always fun to just travel.
Bonding na rin, no?
Bonding, yes, it's a bonding moment.
All right, that's one. I like it when you say that you are bringing the center to them, because I think that's a very people-centered approach, no? Because we understand that there may be some limitations on their level. Wonderful. Attorney Mike, would you like also to name of some of your favorite projects?
Oh yes. Josh, the Salonga Law Center was actually the first to spearhead with COMELEC. There was a joint project with COMELEC. If you remember, I can't remember the year of the elections, but there was a declaration of peace, a commitment of peaceful campaign. Diocese of Dumaguete, COMELEC, the institutions, the candidates, and that was the first ever. And the other areas in the Philippines followed suit. So we started that trend. We also trained the police. We trained the barangay kagawads, the barangay captains on various laws, ranging from katarungan pambarangay law to even to criminal arrests, seizures, etc., etc. So let the police do their work, properly, so they can't be charged in court for illegal arrests or illegal seizures, things like that. We did that. And then we also assisted in the review of ordinances, barangay, even city, even Congress. There were laws from Congress that were referred to Salonga for review. Yeah, we were able to do that. So I'm really proud of the Salonga Law Center and what it has achieved, what it has done through the years. But to me, I think the most fulfilling, most rewarding achievement of the Salonga Law Center is having people like them. These are the medals.
Yes.
They are the medals.
Yes.
You have this. You start with volunteer students, and we imbue in them ethics,
Right.
good ethics, service to humanity, without fear, without favor, without thoughts of reward. You know, we just give them the correct values. We teach them the correct values, and these are our lawyers. They have learned these values through the years.
After all, no, we
volunteers.
are a Christian institution,
Yes.
you know, holding on the tenet of competence, character, and faith.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
think these are, aside from we put them on letters, we also walk the talk, right? And I think these are clear demonstrations of this commitment to uphold these values. I'd like to ask Attorney Karissa about your favorite part of being a volunteer in the Salonga Center. Is there an anecdote or perhaps a very touching encounter that you have had in the Salonga Center that for you, that will be a forever impact as a lawyer?
Yes, I had several touching moments in Salonga Center. I'll just name one. It was when a client gave us, because the client cannot afford for a lawyer, but because we won the case, she gave us bananas, vegetables, and it was very touching because even though she couldn't give us money, but she was very thankful of the volunteers, and with that we can always say that the Salonga Center was really used as a tool in the administration of justice.
Wow.
And I'd like to add that Salonga Center is in line with the motto of the College of Law, which is the law with a conscience.
Law with a conscience.
So that's why it was very touching for us, because at that time we had to give the client money for fare, because the client couldn't even afford the tricycle fare. And we're very happy that we could help those who are in need.
So these moments, these little moments, as we perceive them to be little, but this has a big impact to our lives. No? I'd like to ask Lachmi, what was your motivation? Why did you enroll in the College of Law, if I may ask?
Clout. Oh, I'm kidding.
Sana all for the clout.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer, and I was a student in Silliman before, so I figured I'd just continue, and by the grace of God, I was accepted. And as for my motivation in staying here and becoming a volunteer, I heard about Salonga Center when I was in my 4th year of undergraduate studies, and it was during my time as part of the SUSG Student Rights and Welfare Committee.
Right.
And we partnered with Salonga Center.
Ayan.
Attorney Ed was actually the president at that time. And we had a online caravan because at that time it was the pandemic. Yes. And we had an online caravan where we reached out with, we partnered with the National Union of Students of the Philippines. And we went around we conducted online seminars around different parts of the Philippines, trying to educate the students with, at that time, the most controversial law was the anti-terror law. So we educated them about their rights under that particular law. And that was the thing that really cemented in my mind that if I do get accepted into Silliman University, I will be a volunteer in Salonga Center. So it's only by the grace of God that I was elected as the president.
Of the volunteers, no? Student volunteers
Clout
of the
chasing
center.
works.
Thank you very much, and we look forward to more stories like that. How about you, Edcarl? I'm sure that you were a volunteer or student. Now you are a lawyer, no? And for the information of our televiewers, Edcarl and I actually were former student assistants at the university library. And I'm sure you have also met other students who are graduate from different universities. I'd like to ask you, Edcarl, what do you think is the features or characteristics that set apart a graduate of Silliman University College Law from others? No?
Well, basically, and to tell you honestly, I would not want to put myself in that title because I actually graduated in Foundation University College of Law. And I think what I would like to highlight in relation to that, in the Salonga Law Center and me being an alumnus of a different law school, but nevertheless, despite being a student in a different law school, despite having graduated there, I continued to be a volunteer. And I think that was the time, Attorney Maxino, that we created the Student Volunteers Association because the Student Volunteers Association used to be...
So the students volunteer are not exclusive for Silliman.
It used to be composed of student volunteers from Silliman University College of Law. But when I don't know if that was the reason, but apparently when I transferred, I continued to render service in the center. And I guess it happened that we had an election and I was elected as the first.
So as of the moment, is the case
we have volunteers from
so I think
the
this is
North
such a good
Law.
community, and a very good training for our law students. We are really running out of time, and as much as I want to extend this conversation, and I have actually a lot of questions, but perhaps just to end, I'd like to yield the floor first to Lachmi here. Lachmi, please promote if you have socials and perhaps there are also phone numbers to contact. Please go ahead.
So if you do have any legal problems that you may have, Salonga Center is always open. If you we accept walk-in clients, or you may contact us at our Facebook or Messenger via Salonga Center, and also mobile. Can I check my phone for the mobile number?
For the telephone number, it's 420-1901, local 308.
Yes. 308. Or perhaps if you will just speak with the operator, just call
Look for the
Salonga Center. Do you have the phone number
They can
now?
just call Silliman University and then connect to
Have you
Salonga
connected?
Center.
All right.
Yes, and as for the phone number, it's 0955-651-8799.
All right. So very complete na. Walk-in, online,
Everything.
Facebook, tawag. Pasok na pasok
We're
sa
making
mga.
it easy for everyone.
All right. So, to conclude our interview, I'd like you to perhaps give some advice to our televiewers, whatever advice you would like to give, perhaps because most of the time, attorney and Lachmi, one of the things that stops them from pursuing this kind of consultation is either they don't know what to do, or if not, they are afraid. So, in case these things happen, what is your advice to them? Let's start with Attorney Karissa.
There's this saying that the law is harsh, but it's the law. So even if you do not know about the law, you can still be prosecuted. So it is important for everyone to at least know the law. So Salonga Center is open to everyone. Our goal is to give access to justice easily to everyone. And our goal is for us to use the law as a tool to improve the society to a more just and sustainable society.
Ayun. So have the courage.
So
Attorney
don't be
Carl.
afraid.
We don't have to fear lawyers anymore because that's the common mindset of people na baka pag lumapit tayo na abogado, magagastos tayo and everything. But we want to change that kind of mindset that lawyers are there for a reason. We do our best to help our clients, and with that said, rest assured, the lawyers in the Dr. Jovito R. Salonga Center for Law and Development will always be available for everyone who needs our help. And I think that with the many years to come, we hope to gather more lawyers whom I would consider hopefully as passionate as the volunteer students and volunteer lawyers in the center to help the community.
Nice. Attorney Mike.
Yes, Dili maulaw, dili mahadlok.
Yes.
I know we can get intimidated by the guard there. There's a guard.
That's the first level.
Yes, or the College of Law building.
Yes,
No,
yes.
ayaw lang kaulaw. Just go inside. The guard stops you. Just say that you're going to visit the Salonga Law Center. The guards know about the Salonga Law Center, and they will accommodate you. They will let you in. Just go inside the Salonga Law Center. Or if you are really shy and timid and scared, Attorney Karissa is right in City Hall. You can have an appointment with Attorney Karissa, and Attorney Karissa can make arrangements for you to be with the Salonga Law students or lawyers. So, dili mahadlok, dili maulaw.
Yes.
Ayan. Dili mahadlok, dili maudlaw. Our Dr. Jovito R. Salonga Center for Law and Development is open for everyone if you have any concerns. All right. So on that note, dagan kayong salamat, Attorney Mike, Attorney Karissa, Lachmi, good luck, future attorney. I will call you now Attorney Albertha. Attorney Edcarl, nice to see you again, and congratulations. And genuinely, from the innermost chamber of my heart, I'd like to say thank you very much for your service.
Thank you, good
I
Josh.
think you also deserve to be recognized, to be thanked, and may your tribe increase.
Thank you,
Thank you
George.
very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Dagdang kayong salamat, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world for joining us tonight. To God be the glory. Hello there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Dagang salamat for joining us tonight. Continue supporting our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's called #Silliman. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on your favorite episodes. We also have a YouTube channel. Continue supporting us there. Click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. See you there. And of course, we're airing every Monday night at 8 p.m. via Channel 6 Phil Products. Replays are aired every Tuesday before the noontime news and Saturday after the noontime news. This has been Joshua Soldivillo. Ron, balik ka na. See you next week only here on #Silliman. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Order.